Playboy Mansion.
Guys, I totally forgot I had an intro. I missed her. If you're new to this, welcome to the channel. If you're true to this, welcome back. New people, you can be true to this too. You just have to hit the subscribe button. She won't bite, I promise. Plus, we have a lot of fun here. On to today's festivities. We are doing a pick a card on what's coming next in love. I have 4 piles for you to choose from, starting with pile 1, which is going to be this red stone here. Pile 2, which is going to be the selenite pendant. Pile 3, which is going to be the clear quartz crystal. And pile 4, which is going to be the cowrie shell. Okay, so if you need more time to meditate on which one's pulling you in the most, feel free to pause here. Other than that, I'll meet you at your pile. Hello, group 1. So let's see what's coming up next in love for you. If you pick this red stone here, you're in the right place. So with this stone, I feel like you're looking for a partner who is more or less secure, financially stable, grounded, and a little bit more practical. I don't think you're looking for something that's super up and down and inconsistent. I think you want to know what you're getting from a person. You want someone who knows what they want. And I feel like you are coming to crystallize a lot more what you want as well. And as for the cards, we have past love, gossip, true gem, control, you deserve love, make music, problem resolved, feeling alone, 7 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and the Hermit. So yeah, I definitely feel like you guys are going to be in a more I choose myself kind of era when it comes to love in the near future. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it does seem like a past person or an ex is going to be re-emerging in your love life with the hopes of a reconciliation. It seems as though, however, that this ex in particular, there's a lot of soreness around that relationship. I think this person caused you a lot of pain, and also psychologically, I think you had to do a lot of like parsing out what is real and what is fake, and really having to get back in touch with your reality. Just because with true gem coming out in the reverse, I think when you first met this person, they displayed a lot of the characteristics that you were looking for in a long-term partner. I think it really seemed for a good amount of time that this relationship was going to be going the distance, and perhaps going to be your person. But, you know, like a gemstone, this person seems to have many sides and facets to themselves, and light kind of gets refracted through gemstones. And so I feel like in various environments, this person would have different traits that would become illuminated to you that you weren't really aware of before. And in the beginning, I think a lot of these different sides were intriguing to you, but it just seemed like over time, the initial characteristics that drew you to this person and what characteristics they actually have just didn't really align anymore. I think progressively over time, this person became more and more domineering. There's something a little bit possessive about them as well, and I feel like they may come with a lot of resources, or they're like stingy in a way. And so I think this person likes to be able to hook people or attach people through material means and kind of utilize that against them. So perhaps they wanted to meld your lives together pretty quickly. Yeah, they may have accelerated the pace of the relationship, or you guys started out building your lives together, and they could have been managing the resources a lot, and that may have been another challenge in terms of the separation, because I feel like the way this relationship ended, there's something abrupt about it. I don't know if this person up and left and just kind of left you high and dry, so there's a bit of a ghosting energy that's coming through as well. This person may have had a funny relationship with the truth as well, because there's some Neptunian energy coming through mixed in with the earth. So that's why I'm saying with this red stone, and it's interesting because it's cracked on the back, but like if you look at it this way, it would seem perfectly fine. I think this person did come across as that practical, pragmatic person that you can trust in the beginning of your relationship, but over time, like the cracks started to show themselves. Yeah, I just feel like this person may have not had as much as they said that they did in the past. And then with gossip, I think this person definitely could have triangulated you a bit, and they also like to weaponize other people in the relationship. There may have been a third party situation going on, and this person was definitely trying to hold on to both situations. Now, I think because there's an energy of expectancy, so there's something cyclical about this dynamic between you and them, where you guys do this song and dance of breaking up and getting back together, and keeping tabs on one another. But I think you really pulled into yourself with the "you deserve love." I think you were really hurt this last go around and turned your back on the situation. But this person still understands or thinks that you have a soft spot for them, and they do want to capitalize on that. But they are alarmed in the fact that you have held out this time around longer than you possibly ever have before. And so I think you've also made it difficult for yourself to be seen by this person, because I think they are actively looking for you, and that could be literally by looking for you, or because I'm getting more so on social media, like they may be trying to find you online and they can't because potentially you've blocked them on various platforms. So they could be making fake pages. So if you get a random follow by Lashes by Kaylee or something, you might want to look into that and block them too. But yeah, this person is just trying to see you, and they can't see you, and they don't understand like where this source of strength that you, I guess, are now displaying is coming from. Because before, it may have been a little easier for you to fold when it comes to this person. You and them could be musically inclined, or you might just have creative interests in and of yourself. And so I think you've really been leaning more into your creative outlets as a sense of strength for yourself. But this person doesn't know what you're pulling that strength from, and so they're just thinking you're building kind of like a house of cards. I do think this person, you and them, there's a lot of chemistry between you, so the draw is a little irresistible. So they do think that you're going to give into the situation, but I think Spirit is urging you to stand your ground in the situation and kind of aim higher. Now, Virgo energy is coming up really significant in this reading as well. So Virgo season, I know, is coming up shortly too. This person may attempt to make contact during Virgo season, or you and them could have Virgo placements that are significant. I also see outside of your ex or past situationship, I do feel like you're going to have a lot of options that are presented to you in the coming months. However, it doesn't seem like any of these options are going to be particularly interesting to you or exactly what you're looking for, especially with True Gem reversed. I don't think you're going to find them enough to take you out of this kind of solitude energy. I think you have your sights set on something higher, and you're getting privy to all of the different manipulative tactics that can sometimes take place in dating. And so you're getting really clear about what you want, which came out in the stone earlier, like we talked about. Your friends may also be trying to set you up on different dates, or yeah, because with gossip too. So perhaps there was something scandalous kind of attached to this last ending. So I think you're wary of dealing with others right now and not wanting to be centered too much in the spotlight. But with problem resolved, I do feel as though this energy is going to be transmuted into some type of benefit for you. This past person specifically, may also owe you money or something, and so they actually may give you what you're owed with problem resolved here. But also, if this person is in a new relationship currently, you may get some information about them that feels vindicating in a way. I don't know what that means specifically for someone, but that's just coming through as well. But yeah, overall, I do feel like what's next in love is more so creative love, like delving deeper into your pursuits and projects. I do think there's going to be some casual dating laid ahead of you, and you're going to meet some people. There's definitely interest, but I think you're a little more reserved in terms of dating right now. And I also feel like you're not going to be super satisfied with who's presented towards you, and you know that there's going to be better out there. So it is a kind of chill couple months coming up in love, but I do see things picking up in the future, as you're leaning more into strengthening yourself coming off of the situation. You're being warned about the past person, but I think you already know that. So if you like this reading, group one, do let me know in the comment section. If you didn't like it, let me know. But yeah, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, group two. If you chose this selenite pendant, then you've made it to the right reading. I love this stone just because it reminds me of a full moon, and there's even one in the card here. So the moon could be significant to you or specifically to this connection. Perhaps you're a Cancer, or the person that you're dealing with is a Cancer or a Pisces. Energy could be significant. Sorry, I just ran up the stairs, so I'm winded. But perhaps that means something to you as well. The cards that we have are long distance, true love, dating, Ice Queen, obstacles, Ace of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, positive expectations, teach, and retreat. So while I'm trying to catch my breath, perhaps you and this person are like trying to rush to get to each other. But for whatever reason, you guys are hitting a lot of resistance. There may be practical concerns here with long distance. Like perhaps you and this person are literally at a distance from each other. So you could have met online, or if it's not a physical distance, your work schedules could just really not be aligning in the near future. And it's posing a little bit of a challenge that's starting to grate on the relationship. Because I do feel like there's a lot of tender feelings between you and this person with true love coming through. I think what the big question that's going to come up for you and this person is, is this relationship worth, all the effort that it's going to require to make this work from a practical standpoint? And I think this person definitely does see this as something worth investing in. And I think on the back end, they've been putting a lot of energy into laying this foundation down and working through these challenges. I just feel as though because of this distance or not being able to allocate a lot of time to this connection specifically, you guys are kind of creating things in your mind about each other and what the other person's doing, who they're around, and things like that, that may not actually be an issue, because I don't think there's anything between you and this person that's coming through that is pointing towards any need for suspicion. If you and this person aren't in a committed relationship at this point, so you guys both could still be dating, I do feel like you're kind of giving the cold shoulder to some of your other suitors because you know what your heart wants, and it's that person. And so it's like you guys aren't really trying to entertain too deeply these other options, and I think you may be withholding a little bit from this person if you guys aren't in a committed relationship, because you want them to clarify where this relationship is going to go, as you've invested some energy in it and you want to know that it's worth extending yourself to. So perhaps you've started withdrawing or barring yourself off a little bit. So I just feel like wherever you stand on the aisle of the situation, I think there's going to be a much needed and clarifying conversation that's coming up in the future, because I feel like there's a lot of pent up energy building between you and this person that is culminating to a head. So there may be a much needed argument that's going to come forth, because I feel like it's a lot of misdirected feelings. Like the only thing you want is to be close to a person, so you're doing everything to put distance between you and this person, and that's what this long distance card could be speaking to as well. An emotional distance, like there's this ocean between you, and this ocean kind of symbolizes all of those feelings and how deep they're becoming. And perhaps you guys weren't expecting the situation to get so deep as well, and so you want to vocalize, or this person wants to vocalize what they've been feeling, and it hasn't been done yet. So someone needs to bridge that gap by opening the door for you guys to say what you want and finally move towards a more committed direction, if that's what you're looking for. But with positive expectations, I think Spirit is urging you to shift your perspective, that the situation is growing steadily with the Knight of Pentacles, but it isn't something that really can be rushed right now. Taurus energy is coming through as well. So Taurus placements could be significant, but that may also be kind of just the modality that you guys are in terms of this relationship. So, it's a slower energy, but it's super sensual. So, you and this person could be really romantic with each other. I feel like after having that clarifying conversation, however, I think you guys are going to take more time to prioritize like quality time with each other in whichever way you could fit that in, whether that's FaceTimes or designated days that you guys can see each other and so on. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I also feel like, yeah, I do feel like there's going to be an exclusivity conversation if that's what you've been hoping for with retreat, with it's time to disconnect from the world. I think someone wants someone to claim them, and not necessarily in like a juvenile fashion, but I think you definitely want clarification, and you and this person are going to start building towards a long-term future, and I think it can go the distance, if you will. I feel like the next time the moon is full is going to be significant for you guys. So perhaps when the moon is in Aquarius, that could be a significant time period as well, that you and this person may see each other or have that's when this clarifying conversation is going to take place, where you start setting the parameters of like what we are or where we see this relationship going. And if you're already in a relationship, what's the next milestone for that and what our plans are. I do think paradoxically, though, this relationship is teaching you a lot about love in the distance from each other. And, you feel the gravity of that connection through how strongly you still feel about this person even when away from them. And it's teaching you a lot about yourself too, and being able to have like a full self and a full life, and also a really deep and enriching relationship with another person. So group 2, that's what I have for you guys. If you like this reading, be sure to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't like it, you can tell me that too, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Hello group 3. If you chose this clear quartz crystal here, then you've made it to your reading. I feel like what's next in love for you guys, just off the crystal alone, I think you guys are in a really transparent energy when it comes to love. You're showing up as yourself completely. You want to meet people who are also in that same type of vibration. I think that you want something completely different than you've experienced before. So you're clearing away past energies and starting over completely new. And so with the cards, we have dark male, gifts, work, darkest fears, separation, fair male, friendship, vacation, follow your dreams, page of wands, 4 of wands reversed, the world, 9 of cups, the devil, and the strength card. First things first, I do feel like you guys are hitting a lot of major strides in your career sphere. You may have recently been promoted, or perhaps if you're an entrepreneur, you're racking in a lot of revenue right now, or you took like a leap of faith, or you're gearing up to take a leap of faith, and it's going to prove really beneficial in the future. And so I think that's kind of taking precedent over your love life currently. I think in terms of relationships in your life, I don't think you're in a very committal kind of energy right now. I think you're looking for something a little bit more unconventional, because it seems like what's going on in your work life, whatever projects or endeavors that you have going on, is taking center stage and precedent over your love life. I think some of you could have gotten out of a situation or a relationship, and perhaps it may have even been a dissolution of a marriage, and you're now finally leaning into like your singlehood and really enjoying and basking in what it's like to be on your own. And it seems like there's also a lot of options that are going to make themselves available to you. So what's next in love, you guys are going to have your pick of the litter. Some of you, if you are in a relationship, I do see that you and your person could be taking some time apart from each other, and not like a break where it's from contention. You may be taking like your first solo trip away from your partner in a while, or someone has to travel for work, or you're going after. It's like you're on a creative venture, who in a relationship or not in a relationship, but speaking directly to those in a relationship, you could be taking you're following your dreams, you're going out on a limb, and your person is having to trust you while you know, bask in this new phase of your life. And it's like, it's kind of like a welcome break, because you're really enjoying yourself, it looks like, at this time. But with darkest fears, this could be like bringing up some anxiety about being away from your partner after, you know, being together all the time, but you're chasing something, and it's reaping a lot of rewards for you. And so I think you're enjoying that. For those that are not in a relationship, I do see two significant energies that are coming through as romantic interest for the near future. There could be someone that knows you from an academic setting or a work setting that has been trying to make gestures towards you from a more material standpoint. So they may like offer to buy you lunch or bring you little mementos or gifts. Memento sounds like super romantic. I don't think they're doing anything that overt, but little things to kind of suggest their interest in you. But there may be some red tape that's hard to traverse as well. I do see that there's someone that could be in your social circle that has interest in you. And this could be someone who's more significant to you than the person at work, but their gestures are not really going noticed as romantic offers. I think they're flying a little more under the radar here because they don't know how to bridge that gap and come out of the boundary of friendship with you. And they are having a lot of anxiety about that as well. And perhaps you are in this like non-committal energy because you are chasing your dreams right now and you're finally seeing results. And so you may know that you are not going to be in the location that you are for a long period of time, or that you're moving, or that someone else is moving. And that may be why you're not trying to hitch your wagon to someone so readily. I do feel like in this energy though, or in the near future, I feel you guys just want to keep things light. You finally got back to this feeling of knowing what you want, and it's very fresh. And paradoxically, in your self-focus, it's causing people to be more romantically interested in you. So I feel like the people that are coming through, there's a lot of options and there's a lot of interest, but it seems like these people are trying to use like the guise of friendship, or you know, things that aren't super suspecting, to get closer to you, but they are a little bit clingier. So some people that you may be dating, you may notice that they try to hold on to you a little bit, even though that you could have stated that that's not what you're looking for. So there is something about mixed signals coming through, or people not reading your signals correctly, and wanting different things out of you that is not necessarily what you're suggesting. Leo energy is significant. I know we're in Leo season currently. We also have Capricorn energy coming through. So I feel like that corridor of Leo to Capricorn is going to be a super, super optimal time for you guys in terms of like creative endeavors and love as well, because you're going to have a lot of options in both. And so I do see you celebrating something with the gifts card, because people are wanting to give you things, and we have the world, which represents the completion. So I don't know if your birthday falls within this like last quarter of the year phase, or you could be a Leo or have significant Leo placements. Now, for some of you, I do see like this non-committal energy may be stemming from coming out of a situation and having a lot of anxiety about what you experienced in the past, and perhaps you felt really bridled, and so you have fear of, you know, someone suffocating you in a relationship again, and you don't want to lose this new found autonomy that you're experiencing. All in all, I do feel like you might be centering friendship more than romance lately, and doing a lot of community building and relating to people that way. And so like that's also super lovely. I do feel like someone is going to make a gesture to you that you may not receive very well, or you're not going to really appreciate how it is that they approach you. It may be this person from work, so that may be something to be aware of. But it's like something that you're wishing for is coming through, but there is like strings attached to it. It's like you're coming through with this like no strings attached, but someone is wanting to attach strings to it. So just be aware of that in terms of connections. There could also be with this dark male and fair male, you and the people that you're dating with could have contrasting qualities. It could literally be physical, but it could also just be in terms of your personality and characteristics, where, um, they're complementary. And so I think there may be something about interracial dating here. I also see this could be the group where there are LGBTQ themes going on as well. I also see that perhaps you and the people that you're dating, I just feel like you are going for things outside of the norms, and you're transcending the boundaries of relationship. But I feel like with the devil card, I see you, and the Nine of Cups as well. There's this hedonistic type of energy. So you're really leaning into your sensuality, so your senses, and having and indulging in a lot of different experiences and people, and enjoying what that means for you. So, group three, this was your reading. If it resonated and you liked it, be sure to give a like and a comment in the comment section. If you didn't like it, tell me that too. But yeah, I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hi, group four. If you chose the cowrie here, you've made it to your pile. I like the cowrie just because it reminds me of the water and how the water just fluctuates, and that could speak to your heightened emotionality that you could have. Perhaps you're more intuitive in general as well. And I feel like that's reflected in the cards here with a lot of the blacks, blues, and whites coming through. There's a deepness that I think people read you to have. Something is a little bit more reclusive and pensive as well. And I just feel like there's an overall ethereal quality. You could have darker hair for your ethnic background, or really, really deep, rich skin. That's significant, that people really take note of. But for your cards, we have soulmate, brunette female, wallflower, ice king, finances and career, well-deserved reward, kindness, trust your intuition, two of wands, knight of wands, six of cups, justice, and the four of swords. So I feel like what's coming in love, or perhaps what has happened in terms of love, there's going to be a connection that blows into your life and just as quickly blows out of your life, kind of like wind. But in your brief connection with this person, I feel like you're going to have the opportunity to experience such a depth of emotion shared between two people. I think this was a connection that was super intense and quite consuming. And even though much time has passed since you've experienced that person, it's left such a significant mark on your heart and your mind, and this person as well, that perhaps you still even feel this person while away from them, and for whatever reason that situation just wasn't able to grow. And if you haven't experienced this person yet, you could have always felt this intense yearning and have been really unsure for as to what it is that you were yearning for, but you knew you shared a connection with someone out there. But in this connection, I feel like it's coming into your life during this period where life kind of feels as if it's passing you by. You may have taken a little bit of a backseat role in your life, and the universe has brought this person in to kind of thaw the ice that has been around your heart. And perhaps you felt like your love life was frozen in a way, where there wasn't a lot of action happening, or you felt a little tentative to open up to love. This person is coming in and they're bringing in a lot of color and vibrancy and passion to take you out of this crossroad energy where you've just been standing on this threshold. And I think this connection is going to do the same for them, where if you have been unsure of what the next steps, are afraid of life in a way, I think you're going to experience such a profound opportunity of love, but love that more or less is fleeting, but there's an appreciation, and there's still a love in that, that you and this person share for each other. I think they may appear in your dreams and you in theirs as well. There's like a lot of signs that you get about this person. Perhaps butterflies are significant, and rabbits as well. I just feel like this person, I think they are a bit of a, I don't want to say Casanova. I don't think that's the right word, but they're always in constant movement. So I don't think they stay in a place for long, but they were stopped in their tracks, or will be stopped in their tracks, by your softness and your kindness and your capacity for love, and just the care that you extend to everyone that's around you. And in a way, you guys have opposite qualities, but the alchemy of the connection between the two of you really opens up a lot of blessings for you both. And so you both are kind of trying to get to the opposite side of the river and have to pass each other to get there. And in doing that, you're walking away with a lot of lessons from this person about being fearless. And in a way, it's like, I don't know, like Sleeping Beauty, like the kiss of this person breaks the spell of this like frozen love life, where you're now able to connect and reach new heights and depths as well, of connection. Because I do feel like this person, it is meant to be, or more or less, it seems like this is supposed to be just an experience to push you over the edge, and help you reach a new potential for yourself, to trust yourself a little bit more and give yourself to your passions a little bit more and be a little less cautious. And you're going to be really rewarded by taking on a more fearless energy in romance, because I feel like you've been keeping your head down and focusing on building yourself up and letting, a lot of the different more pleasurable experiences of life, like, be a low task on your to-do list, so to speak. And this person is coming in to show you that sometimes it's okay to go off script, and sometimes when you get lost, in your feelings and your passions and seeing where they lead you, there's much more treasures than following a strict guideline to where you're going. Because I do feel like there is another soulmate coming in that is supposed to be more long term after this person. I don't think they're going to be as boisterous and passionate as them. They may be more to themselves and a little bit stoic in the beginning, but you and them are going to have a deeply strong connection that can go the distance. But it's not until like this person awakens something in you and you in them, and it's quite beautiful in that way, to experience something so profound and know that you can let it go, and that's still an expression of love, perhaps even a higher expression of love than most of us are capable of. Now, Libra energy is significant here, so perhaps you can meet this person in Libra season, or Libra energy is significant to one or both of you. Yeah, it feels like if you have been working towards something in your career, it's finally paying off. Perhaps that's why Libra season is significant. So if you are waiting on a confirmation about something, that would be that. But yeah, I just feel like you are being awakened and you're opening up to a whole new view of love, and color is going to be added back into your life, and things are just going to start picking up after, there may have just been a lot of coldness and you've had to like prioritize seriousness much more than, you wanted to. And so there's going to be romance, there's going to be growth, there's going to be joy and laughter. And so I'm super excited for you. If you like this reading, group 4, be sure to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.